Get ready for the action because we are diving straight into the big off-season moves. We start with the Mark Williams situation. We break down the entire case for re-signing Mark Williams with the Phoenix Suns, examining his performance, the team's timeline, and exactly what the Suns need to do to secure him for the future. We look at the contract leverage and the potential trade scenarios that could define his next chapter in the league.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we turn our attention to Oso Ighodaro and the big changes he needs to make to secure his future with the Suns. We analyze his unique, positionless skill set, comparing him to players like Draymond Green, and explore the critical roster decisions, especially concerning Common Maluach, that management must make regarding the team's future at the center position. We shift gears now to look back at the Phoenix Suns season, focusing on the most memorable moments. We relive the incredible comeback against the Minnesota Timberwolves, detailing every crucial play, from the late-game heroics by Colin Gillespie to the defining performances from Dillon Brooks that cemented his MVP status. And finally, we address the lingering history with the Suns and the league. We look at Dan Bickley's perspective on the 2007 Suns and the controversy surrounding the suspension of Boris Diaw and Amar Stoudemire, examining the shifting dynamics of the franchise and the impact of commissioner decisions on the team's journey. Don't miss this deep dive. Stay locked in with us. The Phoenix Suns are facing a critical decision regarding the future of center Mark Williams as they navigate the upcoming offseason, which includes multiple restricted free agents and trade considerations. While Williams recently exceeded his career games played record, a looming late-season injury absence significantly impacts his market value and the team's strategic planning. The acquisition of Williams followed the Suns' draft selection of Common Maluach, a move that initially caused confusion given existing arrangements. The team quickly secured depth at the center position, establishing a built-in succession plan. The core question surrounding Williams has consistently been his health. If he remains healthy, his skill set, including rim runs, strong hands, rim deterrence, and exceptional motor, positions him as a quality starting center. This season served as a test drive, providing the Suns with a clearer picture of his value heading into restricted free agency. Williams had a productive year, averaging 11.7 points on 64.4% shooting, adding 8.5 rebounds and 1 block per game. However, the team's overall offensive performance sometimes suffered when Williams was involved, suggesting a need for tactical adjustments. As injuries mounted in the latter half of the season, the risk factor became undeniable. Retaining Williams hinges on the Suns' organizational timeline. With a young center like Common Maluach entering his second season, securing a buffer and support system for Maluach's development is paramount. Williams serves as an ideal bridge option. Phoenix's leverage lies in Williams being a restricted free agent, allowing them to test the open market. They can use the threat of matching bids to negotiate favorable sign-and-trade scenarios if another team values him highly. For instance, facing a potential 3-year, $60 million offer from a team like the Brooklyn Nets, Phoenix could push for a structured deal. Analysts suggest a strategic offer for Williams would be a 3-year, $36 million contract with a team option in the final year, providing security while allowing the team to evaluate Maluach's progress. Alternatively, a range of 3 years, $48 million, with an annual salary around $16 million, including a team option, is considered a strong potential benchmark. This structure ensures continuity for the Suns' development goals while maintaining financial flexibility. Ultimately, the consensus points toward retaining Mark Williams. He is viewed as a valuable player and an essential component in the Suns' current development strategy, acting as the perfect transition piece before handing the reins over to Common Maluach. Noi dung kai tight. Oso Ighodaro faces a critical juncture in his NBA career with the Phoenix Suns, where his unique, versatile skill set positions him as a difference maker, though his long-term role remains uncertain. Ighodaro has demonstrated NBA-caliber talent, notably contributing significantly to the Suns' success during his sophomore season, where his presence elevated the team's net rating substantially. Ighodaro presents a complex profile, an undersized big with a limited scoring arsenal, yet possessing exceptional versatility as a defender, screener, and intelligent offensive decision-maker. This multifaceted skill set draws comparisons to future Hall of Famer Draymond Green, particularly in their positionless playmaking capabilities, although size and shooting ability remain key differentiators. And the path forward for Ighodaro hinges on how the Suns structure their roster around him. His reliance on specific matchups when playing center, highlighted in a recent playoff contest, suggests he cannot be a full-time center. Furthermore, his lack of a jump shot and a career free throw percentage that doesn't suggest perimeter shooting make a full-time power forward role improbable. To maximize his impact, the Suns must build lineups tailored to his strengths. If playing center, Ighodaro will require complementary size and shooting, such as Rasheer Fleming. If shifted to the 4, he needs a floor spacing, rim-protecting 5 like Common Malawach. This necessitates a strategic overhaul of the Suns' big man rotation. Crucially, the Suns must also resolve their future at the center position, especially with the impending restricted free agency for center Mark Williams. The decision regarding Malawach's NBA readiness will dictate whether the team prioritizes clearing cap space for Ighodaro and Malawach to ascend, or retains Williams to maintain a starting center presence, potentially complicating Malawach's development. And currently, Ighodaro functions as a reliable, albeit matchup-dependent, backup center, expected to provide around 20 solid minutes nightly. However, the potential ceiling is high. The hope is that Ighodaro can evolve into a Draymond Green-esque connector, potentially adding a jumper to his repertoire. With his basketball IQ and physical attributes, Ighodaro possesses the foundation to be a vital piece for a championship contender, provided the Suns' management successfully aligns their personnel to unlock his full potential. Noi Dung Kai Tight. The Phoenix Suns' 2025-26 season, despite a first-round sweep, was marked by defining moments that helped usher in a new team identity and surpassed preseason expectations. Several key plays served as building blocks for the squad's journey. And one of the most memorable instances came during the NBA Cup matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. With Devin Booker fouling out with 3 minutes remaining and the Suns leading by 2, the Timberwolves appeared poised to take control, leading 113-105 with just 1 minute left. However, the tide dramatically turned in the final 50 seconds. Following a Royce O'Neal putback layup, Colin Gillespie stole the inbounds pass, leading to a quick Jordan Goodwin three-pointer to cut the lead to 3 points with 43.4 seconds remaining. The momentum continued when Dillon Brooks stripped Julius Randle, who then made a layup in transition to extend the lead to 113-112 with 21.4 seconds left. Although Phoenix forced another turnover shortly after, Brooks fouled out on an offensive foul, leaving the Suns without their 2 leading scorers for the remainder of the game. The team rallied on the next possession when Anthony Edwards missed 2 free throws, leaving them down by 1 with 12 seconds. In a dramatic finish, Gillespie emerged as the hero of the night, draining a crucial 10-foot floater with 5 seconds left to secure the victory, sparking a massive celebration. And this win underscored the Suns' grit, demonstrating their ability to compete at the highest level even with key players sidelined, as Jalen Green and Grayson Allen were also injured. The team finished the regular season 10-6, improving from a 1-4 start. And another standout regular season performance came against the Oklahoma City Thunder on January 4th, where Devin Booker hit an incredible step-back three-pointer to secure the win. Phoenix overcame an 18-point halftime deficit, largely fueled by Jordan Goodwin's career night performance featuring 8 three-pointers, and Dillon Brooks' fourth-quarter scoring of 14 points. /N Dillon Brooks was named the team's MVP, largely due to his transformative impact all season. His career-high 40-point performance on January 29th against the number 1 seed Detroit Pistons was particularly notable. In a game where the Suns were celebrating Brooks, he shot 13 for 22 from the field, adding 8 rebounds and 4 assists to lead Phoenix to a 114-96 blowout victory, even with Booker and Green injured. Brooks' intensity set a crucial tone, propelling the team to a 29-19 record and an upset victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers. /N It's a feeling you can't replicate, Booker stated after the game, reflecting on the trust the team placed in him during those defining moments. San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama received a reprieve from the NBA following an ejection after throwing a vicious elbow to the chin or throat of Minnesota's Naz Reid in a pivotal Game 5. Sports commentator Dan Bickley noted that this outcome contrasts sharply with the perceived injustice experienced by the Phoenix Suns in 2007. Bickley highlighted the contrasting treatment, pointing out that Wembanyama received grace due to a clean record, his prior ejection in Game 4, and the high ratings surrounding the NBA's rising star. Bickley drew a parallel to the 2007 Suns situation, citing the suspension of Boris Diaw and Amar Stoudemire before a crucial Game 5. He argued that the NBA commissioner at the time, David Stern, appeared to punish the victim more severely than the aggressor, labeling it one of the greatest miscarriages of justice in sports history. Bickley contextualized the shift by pointing to the dramatic changes in Phoenix following the sale of the franchise and the subsequent issues surrounding the new ownership, including claims from referee Tim Donaghy suggesting punitive actions against the Suns. He suggested that the differing outcomes for Wembanyama and the Suns underscored the inconsistency in officiating and morality within the league. The report concluded by reflecting on the broader narrative, noting that while the Spurs continued to secure victories, the Suns' misfortunes remained a source of lingering frustration for Arizona sports fans, emphasizing the psychological impact of these historical events.